Yeah, bro. The doctor told me last year I couldn't work out. I wouldn't be able to do anything, lift anything. So I would love for him to see this video. Not that he doubted me. I know he had good intentions, but there's your plan and God's plan. And these won't be perfect, I know that, but that's the point. We try our best. A high performer, you know, a high performer is someone who has a clear vision. He or she has it mapped out of where they want to go, and everything is strategically placed. Doesn't matter where you want to go, as long as you have a clear vision. Doesn't matter where you are in life, as long as you have it mapped out and you work towards it every day. And everybody's different. That's why there's no specific way to this is what a high performer looks like. It's someone who wakes up with a clear intention and really puts in the effort and has everything strategically mapped out and tries to operate at their best level, their highest potential. That's what I'm trying to do. Operate at my highest potential. I know where I want to go. I know what I'm capable of. So I'm just trying to prove it to myself. So I asked myself, what am I? Am I an athlete? I'm not a professional athlete. I don't get paid to do anything professionally, sports-wise, even though I've been an athlete all my life. I told myself I'm a high performer. I achieve at my highest level of potential. Every day I try to get it towards my goal. And I have my goal very, very clear, very, very, very vivid in front of me. And that's where we go. And part of that guy is doing 50 kgs pull-ups. Now, he might only do one, but that's all right. Do some bench press. Very competitive, very competitive. It's a natural trait for any human. It's a natural trait that we want to excel. Now, competitiveness and jealousy are two different things. Jealousy will stop your blessings. When you look at someone else and you say, I'm jealous of them, what they're able to do, what they've achieved in life, you take away your own ability. And that's the only thing that we have, our own ability to accomplish things. So, very competitive. I want to excel in everything that I do, but never jealous, always happy and grateful for others. But we want to be the best. Because we also compete against ourselves. You know, last year I was in a hospital bed. I couldn't walk, I couldn't bend over to pray. I couldn't do anything. You know, it also messed up my mind a lot because I've resonated with this physical ability to perform, but you perform in the mind. So it took away a lot. You know, I had to go back to the roots and say, okay, what am I really, really made of? So yeah, that's the person I'm competing with, the man in the mirror right there, right there. Can we get better every day? Can we excel every day? Okay, we took 2 steps back. Let's try to take 3 next day. Okay, we slipped up. Let's get better. And always tracking. How much can we track? How much can we measure? That's the most important thing. Because only then, when we actually measure and we look at statistics, we can say, all right, well, there's improvement here, or there's room for improvement. Even if it's not where you want it to be, there's room for improvement. That's a very important thing. That's why I love documenting, journaling, showing myself, all right, this is where I was. I have videos of me doing push-ups, using resistance bands 3 days after surgery. You know, my doctor told me, don't move for the next 3 months. You know, there was an outside gym. I went there, tried to do pull-ups. I had a fresh wound, like 2 days after surgery. So when you have that documented, you show yourself what you're capable of. And that's an important thing. That's it. You know, all that I've done is work out and perform at my highest physical ability, and God took that away. He said, nah, I'm gonna make you stronger, more capable, and in the best shape of your life. You just bear with me, you know? And because of limited knowledge, very limited knowledge that we humans possess, we have the lack of patience. It's one thing I lacked a lot, patience, you know, just everything can come now, everything can come next week. You know, if you've never worked out in your life, it might take a year or 2 or 5. So you just have to stay in it. And if I went back to myself in the hospital bed last year and said, look at what we accomplished, look how strong we are, look how we run 30 kilometers, you know, not a drip of sweat, look at how much we lift, I'll be like, okay, you know, I see the plan. So you always see the plan looking backwards, but you never see the plan looking forwards. That's why you have to map it out. That's what we're doing, we're mapping it out. We're saying this is exactly where we're going. This is exactly the life that we're gonna live. This is exactly how it will look like. You know, most people, they say they want something, but they haven't really mapped it out. Who is this person that you're trying to become? What does he or she look like? What are the day-to-day activities? Where does he or she live? And with God, all things are possible. So, you know, why would we ever doubt anything? We could do anything. So you see, when you wake up and pray, and you come to a place like this, and you put yourself in the best potential frequency that you're capable of, man, it's a great feeling. The quality of what you do. You know, I always talk about sleep. We track everything. You know, I promise I will show you a little bit more, but everything is tracked and measured, so we can measure our progress, so we can see our performance, and which is a big part. Recovery is a big part. You know, sleeping habits and recovery, taking care of. You know, the biggest asset is you. The biggest asset is me, and you're the only thing that matters. Because if you can't take care of yourself, if you're not working at your best, how do you else expect anything else to be your best? So, you know, before I can make any good decisions, I need to sleep well, I need to eat well, I need to rest well, I need to perform well. And that's how we get high quality.
Good gym session.
Very good gym session, very good recovery. I'm about to do some work now. Yeah, very excited, man. At a very good frequency, leading the way, you know, confidence, like I spoke about previously, and just leadership is very, very important. I have to be at the peak of my game to lead my clients, because I essentially inspire my clients, and my clients then inspire their team, or you know, their businesses and the people that they're around. So it's very important that I stay on the top of my game, and leadership in general is very important. You need to be able to lead your family, your community, your team, your spouse, your siblings. It's very important. So you lead with passion, you lead with confidence, and it's about the work.
So you're not a personal trainer, or you are a personal trainer?
No, I'm not a personal trainer. I'm a performance coach. So this is where the high performing aspect comes in. We help people unlock their full potential, you know, and the full potential is something that we map out. Say, okay, if you were to perform at your big, you know, your the top of the game, what would that look like across 5 pillars? So we look at what's the best version of you across faith, you know, and not my version of faith. No, you. How would you like to be performing the top of your game at faith? The mental side, like how strong is the best mental version of you? Fitness side, health side, so sleeping habits, and of course the fitness, the gym aspect, the health and wellness,
and then also business. So we call it wealth. It's not financial advisory. It's more of a, if you're a high performing entrepreneur, if you have a business, etc. That's kind of where the focus goes into. So across these 5 aspects, how can we map out the best version of you? We have a dedicated system to that, and then we get to work.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
That's simple it is. Hello, how are you? Good morning. Can I have the make your own omelet? Medium, please. Yeah. Can I have the Richard? Can you bring everything together?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, perfect. Thank
So
you
I think
very
that
much.
will be 15 minutes to wait. Thank you so much, Rich.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, cool. Get some food in. Next session, boxing. Everything, bro. Yeah. Everything. From skiing to boxing to football, tennis, paddle, whatever anybody wants to get smoked in. Well, I'm up for it. I'm up for it. Oh yeah, anything. But boxing is very humbling. Obviously, as competitive as I am, people are really good. Any combat sport, you gotta be humble. Honestly, as competitive as I am, of course I want to excel, but there's just certain things with the technical aspects. You just gotta just work. I mean, yeah, like as long as you keep working,
Yeah.
because that's one of my favorite things about combat sports is that everybody that's involved is they're very humble. They're passionate, they're humble, they treat you like a brother or a sister, and they know they have the capabilities of hurting you, but they would never. That's part of the sport. And professional athletes, that's they're all most of them very, very humble because they put in a lot of sacrifice, a lot of work to get to where they are. So obviously it's also my job to push them even more. But it's like I'm saying, if you want to go to the moon, then that's where we're going. How are you?
This place looks good. What are we doing here?
So we're doing Le Gris, which is basically an intense form of Pilates. It's a bit more condition focused, a bit more strength focused, and it's one of my weaknesses for sure. It's it's very, very tough. A lot of people think it's, this saying if it's for girls or whatever. Man, it's tougher than the workouts that I've done. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like I said, one of my things that I'm focusing on. And speaking of weaknesses, one thing I recommend is that you go on the website and that you do the Pravus Performance Score. It'll basically show you where you are on the 5 pillars: mental, fitness, health, faith, and wealth. It'll give you a score. It will kind of explain where you are. Just be honest with yourself, you know what I mean? Like really sit down and think about how disciplined you are, you know, where you're lacking, and hopefully it'll you know, help the people out there to kind of just see where they are.
And is that what you did to find out your weaknesses?
Yeah, I do it, you know what I mean? It gives you an overview, kind of a brief summary of where you are in the different areas. Bro, it's all about being honest with yourself, you know? And that's the biggest thing, is for yourself to say, okay, well, this is how I'm performing, this is, and when you get to ask a few questions to yourself and really sit down and reflect, it's very, very important.
How much is it?
Oh no, it's free. Yeah, you just go on to pravusperformance.com and you can take the assessment, and then, yeah, that's it, just fill it in. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you.
Nice to meet
Pleasure,
you.
pleasure.
Step forward with the right foot onto that front platform. Very good. Shoulders back. 4, 3, 2. Breath to close it in. Okay, pushing the carriage. We're shoulders above those wrists. Very good. Onto that front foot. That's it. Stop right there. Good. Nice. Exhale, slow up. Good. Keep going. In 7. Good stuff. You're doing it. Very good. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Whoo! You did amazing. Well done.
That was amazing.
Super, super good.
But this is optimized to be in peak physical shape. This is great for football players, any athletes, you know? This is like optimized.